Good evening everyone, Ads here from Unity Trading Group and welcome to your Thursday night update. It was meant to be a live session tonight and I do apologise. Myself and my partner Ty, our schedules haven't aligned quite well this week, so I am doing the normal update. I hope you guys don't mind. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a lot. We've got a bit to talk about tonight with BTC and where we think it's going to head from here. And of course, you can find all of our links down in the video description. You can find us on Discord, TradingView, and of course our website, www.unitytradinggroup.com, to find our indicators. And just one more thing before we start, I just want to go over to the website, unitytradinggroup.com. If you haven't already, you can click on indicators at the top here. Like we did mention, Steamroller. Steamroller is $14.99, but it is coming with a 10-day free trial. So you can sign up to Steamroller, have a play around with it for 10 days, no obligation to cancel, no obligation to continue, and see what you think of it. So anyway, moving on. BTC, where do we think it's going to end up? So we have pushed up to the 61.8 Fibonacci extension. Our fibs started from the swing low to this swing high, so we're looking at this movement on the daily time frame, and now we are up to the 61.8, 17,906, and we have been rejected on this level yesterday, and of course today. Today's not over yet, so we won't count our pennies just yet, but we have been rejected on this once already, and it's caused a little bit of volatility in this market. However, it hasn't caused as much as we'd like, and in that sense, we are still ranging to the right-hand side. If we move on to the 4-hour time frame, not a lot is happening, to be honest with you, from 18.2 to around 17.5-ish now. We're in this window. We are moving towards this. I'll show you on a daily, on a 1 hour. Let me just zoom in there a little bit. Draw that in. There we go. 1 and 2. So we are moving in this falling wedge sort of formation on the lower time frame. So whether or not this is going to expel us back up to, towards that 18,400 area, 18,250 remains to be seen. There's not a lot that I can draw in here in the way of supply and demand to really give us a decent gauge of information to really say where we're going to go. So I'm using the older school technique, which is a falling wedge on the smaller time frame, to really gauge where we think it's going to head to after this. It's really a 50-50 shot, more so towards the upside. So we are leaning towards the upside now. Of course, we're making this falling wedge, and usually that extends towards the upside, towards that 18.4. So that's something that I'm looking at actively on a lower time frame side of things, and I'll leave that drawn in on the daily time frame. We'll actually go back to the 4-hour. So if this does occur on a 1 hour, it's not going to give us the result that we really want, as I spoke about yesterday, in the way of that 19k level of supply. However, we might get a retest back up here at around that 18,260, 18,250 area for BTC. Opposed to that, if I zoom into the 4-hour, there is a 1 hour level that we spoke about yesterday, and of course there's a 4-hour level underneath it at around this 16,728 or 16,700 area there on a 4-hour time frame, which is more notable than the 1 hour one that we've got drawn in there. So if we do have this more of a pullback on a 4-hour time frame to really give us that relief on the steamroller indicator, or a lot of the indicators at that, which it has been quite consistent with over the last little bit, more than likely we'll end up back at that 16,750, if not bare minimum at that 17k area where we bounced off one before. So that's going to be an interesting play. So we've got the 1 hour falling wedge, and we might get that run back up to this 18,250, and we've got this 4-hour overall market cycle that I'm looking towards the 16,750, either of which can happen. I'm probably betting that the 1 hour is going to play out a little bit earlier. Obviously, it's a smaller time frame. We might not even get that 18,250 move up. We might even just get to this 61 again. Remains to be seen. That's what I'm looking at on the lower time frames anyway, looking at this falling wedge formation play out, and it's a little bit, it's been respected so far on these trend lines. So moving on, have a look at ETH USD. And a lot of red flowing into these alts at the moment. Let me just change this watch list. ETHUSD, 4-hour time frame. And the expected has happened with Ethereum. Excuse me one sec. So Ethereum, we did observe that we were looking at this breakout sort of scenario of this level of supply. We did get rejected at the 1488, which did correspond quite nicely with a lot of these indicators as well, where we had Steamroller, CCI, and RSI around that same sort of overbought area. So it is quite predictable that we're seeing a pullback now, and this 88.6. We should be really deleting this level of supply now and really focusing on what can come towards the upside. Excuse me, my hay fever's killing me at the moment. But anyway, if we move towards the upside, the retest that I'm looking for in the way of Ethereum would be around here at this 1482, 1488. We're not very far away, to be honest with you, looking towards that, because this level of demand here has been respected, and of course our 88.6 has been respected also. And the reason why I haven't moved the fibs is because we respected it back on the way up, and of course we have a lot of decent liquidity sitting at these areas anyway, so they're quite accurate. So I'm looking at this 88.6, which we are respecting right now, to give us a little bit more support before we make any sort of calls back towards our level of demand. And of course, over the next 2 hours or so, if we do push down and close below that 88.6, I'll be looking back to where we bounced off at around this 458 level. Excuse me. And the last one that I'll look at tonight is the DXY, obviously being a regulated market. This is not financial advice at all. This is just ideas and opinions on Team UTG. However, looking at the DXY, we did get what we expected. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. And if you're watching up until this point, you're really interested, so hopefully this applies to you. If you haven't looked at our TA on the DXY as of late or over the last month, I suggest you look at some of our previous videos, skip to the DXY and see what's been going on, because Steamroller, with his 10-day free trial at the moment, has been pinpoint accurate to really identify where these tops and where these bottoms are. So if you're not using Steamroller, sign up to the $15 free trial. You'll get it for free for 10 days, and then it'll charge you $15. If you don't like it, you can cancel any time before that 10-day period ends. But give it a go. If we're looking at the DXY, I've been looking exclusively at these levels of demand, and of course pair that with Steamroller. Those two alone have been giving us the results that we're looking for. And of course, if you're a trader, you're looking at level like stuff like gold and euro and everything like that, the DXY is going to give you the best information on trends for all those other USD pairs. So having something as accurate as this on the biggest index pretty much in the world is going to be so helpful for your trading. And I do encourage you to give Steamroller a go if you haven't already. But looking at this, the DXY, we're looking towards this 50-61 area of retracement. Of course, waiting for this candle to close in 2 hours and 36 minutes. The 38.2 needs to be broken if we're going to look towards that 50 and 61 area. It could be either one. Honestly, it could be either one that we push up and get that retrace to if we do close above this 38, because we do have a lot of liquidity to the left of both areas. The 50 more so than the 61, but it could be either way. But in short, in the immediate term, I'm looking for more of a retrace, more towards the 50 area before we make our overall macro decision on which direction are we going. Are we going to go back up and test this 78, or are we going to head back down and retest this level of demand? But in the immediate term, I'm looking for the 50 and 61. Thank you for watching me tonight. Of course, I do apologize it's not a live session. However, I got all the information out that I really wanted to. If there's any feedback or any comments that you want to leave them below. Obviously, you can find all of our links in the description as well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye for now.